Hey everyone, I'm here at Heron Haven here in Omaha, and it's a beautiful night out. It was like 90 degrees earlier, but now it's just gorgeous, and I got about 20 minutes of sun left. I put my Fuji X100v in JPEG simulation mode, so I'm only shooting JPEGs tonight, trying to get some like calm and tranquility, and I'm also trying to work with some moody lighting. The light is fading, so it's kind of streaming in a little bit. There's not a lot of light to work with right around here. I'm gonna see if I can find any, but I'm gonna look at a couple different spots, get some moody photos, and you know, see what I can come up with. This looks like a pretty cool little spot. A lot of these little black-eyed Susans. If we can kind of look and get close to a couple, we might have a cool composition to work with while the police chase somebody down the street. You know, it's quickly turning to be fall, and I love all the changing flowers into more kind of like dead and decrepit versions of themselves, but you know, they got a lot of detail and texture, and it's part of the story of nature, right? The story of how the season changed. So I found these cool little black-eyed Susans who are quickly fading as well. Heron Haven's a place I go to a lot. It is full of these little hidden spots of beauty. There's a lot of animals here, you know, like turtles and herons, of course the name, and egrets and all those things. But man, you would never expect to see a place like this here, which is right next to a busy street, like one of the main streets in Omaha, that you can see traffic everywhere. And yet this is one of the most serene, calming places. And the more you get into the trees and stuff, you know, it's hard to hear the traffic. So this is a cool spot with a lot of weeds, a lot of different types of, you know, texture and colors. And I'm gonna see if I can get a shot without getting all the cars. I'll show you here. There's a lot of cars over there. You probably see them. And then this is what I'm looking at to try to get some shots of. You know, I don't know much about nature. I almost fell. I really don't know much about nature, but I take pictures of everything I see, and I sometimes ask people, like, hey, what is this? And for instance, these things, they look like wheat, but I don't think they're wheat. What are they? I don't even know. Here, I'll show you. It's really hard for me to go by. Oh, the GoPro's making some crazy horizon adjustments. It's really hard for me to go by those without taking some kind of pictures though, so I'm gonna get a picture. You know, I'm doing a lot of black and white film simulations because, number one, the sun's going down, so it's not as colorful out here, and also I kind of like that dark look. You know, I have to boost the ISO a little bit because it's really windy, and so in order to get the stopped action, I gotta, you know, boost up the ISO to be a little bit more sensitive. It adds a lot of grain to the photos, but when it's black and white and you can kind of find a cool arrangement, sometimes that works out pretty well. I'm gonna try these things right here. It's getting really dark over here though. This is a good spot where you see a lot of ducks and a million frogs, an army of frogs, actually, right? And you can hear some kind of motorcycle out there. But you know, this is a tough spot too because it there's not a lot of color and the light's coming down, So once again, if I use a black and white simulation and go for something a little moodier, I think that's what the look I'm gonna go for. Frogs are jumping like lunatics out of my way. Let me see if I can get any to do that on camera. That'd be cool. Well, got a couple frogs, and as you can see, I'm losing light very quickly. But I'm about to go to the boardwalk and see if I can also get some photos of some of the whatever these things are called that are kind of sticking up everywhere. These reeds, or I don't know, they're always near the water. Somebody's got to tell me what this stuff is. And then we got some of these fall berries that are coming everywhere, coming in. Might be a good shot in there. Maybe I'll try a black and white in color and see what happens. So this is the boardwalk at Heron Haven, and this is where we've seen snapping turtles and fish and muskrats and herons, and I see a heron over there, but I don't have my 100 to 400, so I won't be able to get too much of him. But if you look, it's just it's a really beautiful place. There's a lot of traffic right next to us, right there. But it's still really wonderful to come here and take some photographs. I won't be able to get too much cool stuff without some kind of telephoto, but I'll see what I can get in the spot without the longer lens. Starting to get real dark. Just took a couple, I don't know how good of shots, but a couple shots by the boardwalk, and I'm always looking for cool colors that stick out amongst the green that's everywhere, especially once we get into the fall, right? We get all kinds of changing colors, and I found this little yellow leaves amongst a whole bunch of green. Shooting at ISO 3200 at f2, which is kind of crazy, but that's cool when you're looking for like moody shots. And also, you know, who cares? I'm out here, I'm not going to be selling these images and putting them on people's walls and all that stuff. I'm really looking to just walk around in this beautiful environment and kind of feed my soul and you know, enjoy the world around me that's only a few minutes away from my house. And now I have to get a spider. This is the path back to the car and to some flowers that I'm gonna get a little bit of before I leave. Even though it's dark and the photos are gonna be grainy, maybe that's cool, right? Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Let's go see. You know, it's pretty wild that not too long ago I always wanted to wait for the perfect light to come out and take photos, and I've changed my perspective on getting the perfect photograph, and I'm more into the feel of being out here and getting cool shots. Here's Heron Haven's front office here. And this is a little butterfly garden. There's not gonna be any butterflies right now, but they have some gorgeous flowers in here. And grainy or not, I'm gonna see if I can get any kind of cool compositions. that's about it for Heron Haven tonight. I'm gonna go back home, check out my photos, and hopefully I got something good. And if not, it's all good, because this has been fun to go and hang out here for a little bit. So, you know, till next time, we'll see you later. There's bugs all over me.